Hello, good evening, everyone. How are you all? My name is Dr. Pasha Agos. I'm the Assistant Instructional Professor at the Dial Center for Written and Oral Communication at the University of Florida. Today, I will talk about how to prepare for an oral dissertation defense so you'll have an awesome and powerful oral dissertation. You're this close to getting your PhD degree, and this is what will take you there. Okay, and I have many friends, colleagues who are in the midst of writing their dissertation and who will be preparing for their oral defense. And this is for you all. And also shout out to Mbak Yuyun Sri Wahyuni, who we just met a few minutes ago, and we just had a discussion. So this is also for you, Mbak. Good luck to you. Okay. So first and foremost, what do you need to do? You need to be confident. You've done your work, so there's no reason for you to lack confidence. What does it mean to be confident? Is to believe in yourself. This is the self, all right? You believe in the self, all right? This is Pasha, and you believe in Pasha, in yourself, all right? If you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. Why? The world is simply a mirror. It believes what you believe. So if you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. Simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If anyone tells you otherwise, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Do not listen to them. If you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. Simple. Okay. So, when you're walking into that room, you have your 3 committee members. Some people have more, right? Some people have 4 or maybe 5, right? It depends. But you present yourself as a scholar in the discipline, and that you are the authority of your topic on the subject, and you're telling them what is it that you have to offer. So 3 things: be sharp as a tack, be enthusiastic as hell, and be a figure of authority in your subject. And enthusiasm, think about that word. In theos means in God. So you gotta have the spirit in you when you present, okay? So you need to explain your work clearly and cogently, and how it fits with other research and scholarship in the field. So your field doesn't stand by itself. It relates to other research and scholarship in the field. How does it fit? How does your piece of puzzle, your piece of conversation fits with the other stuff? That is what makes it powerful. Okay? And one mistake that many PhD candidates have in entering the room is they think it's going to be a grilling. It is not a grilling. Trust me. If you think of it as a grilling, you will behave in a way that will attract that. Don't do that. It is not a grilling. It is a conversation. Switch it from a grilling mindset to a conversation, because that's what it is. And not only it is a conversation, it is a conversation among equals. Those professors are not more than you. Okay? You are equal to them. You are their equal. That's the mindset. You're coming there to discuss as colleagues. So, you also need to get to know your committee. 2 things you need to do to get to know your committee. First, you get to know what are their areas of interest and how it relates to your work. See, this is what will make you powerful in that room. You know what their interests are, and then how it relates to your work. Okay, you got to know that. And to be able to interject it into conversations. Oh man, you'll be so impressive if you do that. Right? Number one, how it relates to your committee's work. Number two, do they have any particular areas of concerns after reading your dissertation? Anticipate it. What are their possible areas of concern? And how do you do that? Simply put yourself in their shoes and say, if I was so and so, what would possibly they be concerned about? And then anticipate that. And don't think of it as hard. It's not hard. It's easy. Okay? If you think of it as hard, it becomes hard. It's not hard. It's just kind of play a mind game with yourself, all right? Now, before you do a dissertation proposal, dissertation defense, excuse me, they need to read it first, right? So don't give it 2 weeks before or a week before. Give it 1 month before. These academics need to read, need time. And you're not just their only reading material, they're reading many others. So give it a month before and give your schedule that I plan to defend on this date. So then they have it in their minds. Okay. And then when you're doing your presentation, break it up. Break up the pieces. Okay. Basically, you need to be able to repeat your abstract. How do you break up your dissertation? You're not going to talk about the whole thing, right? Talk about the dissertation topic. Talk about the research question. And talk about the problem that led to your research. Okay? Give your thesis, your main idea. And here's the most important thing. What are your findings? What did you find? After 4 to 5 years of study and 2 years of research and writing your dissertation, what was your finding? That is the most important thing. And then the significance of your work. And you need to argue this. You cannot just, well, I think it's kind of significant. No! You gotta argue in a compelling manner. This is important. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, and 4. You gotta sell that. You gotta tell them why it's important. First, you gotta say it's important, and then you say why. Okay? And then what are the possible applications? Okay? Some dissertations are more in the theoretical, but still, what are possible applications, and what are the implications of the topic? Right? And one thing, you gotta, when you do this, when you enter that room, you gotta bring your entire dissertation, right? So you don't have it in your laptop and you kind of scroll. No, you bring it into a binder, hard copy. You have your notes there, and you have it in full form. This does a psychological thing for you. It's like you're looking at that thing, you're like, I did this. Like I brought my 400-page bound dissertation in a 3-ring binder, and I have it in front of me at all times. And then I have my notes and everything, my pens, all that, but I have the work. Okay. And then in your head, when you do your thing, you structure it. So in your head, write a brief speech, write a bit of an outline. Simple. What is the problem and why it is important? What was the method? And then what did you find? You can do it in 3 sections. Very simple. Okay? You got to get rid of this idea, this whole thing that no one can. It's figure outable. Right? So write this brief speech and then structure. When you're there, you take charge. You say, okay, what I'm going to do now, don't wait for their guidance because they're waiting for your guidance. So exert some leadership there and say, when you enter the room, and said, okay, if it's okay with you all, I would like to first give a 10 to 15-minute presentation, followed by Q&A. What do you think? And they're going to say okay. They're not going to say no, right? because they want to listen to it again, right? And then get a PowerPoint, professional, right? All that thing, okay? And practice answering questions. What are referring to my earlier point? What are the possible questions? Okay. And now that's the data, the structure, right? Now delivery. You need to dress for success. I wore a suit and tie to the dissertation defense. Why? Because I know my game face will be on. I'm sharp. I'm ready to roll. Okay. If you don't have a suit, buy a suit. You don't need to necessarily to, if you already have one, you don't need to buy a new one. Dry clean it. Okay. Iron your shirt. Pick out a nice tie. Put yourself, shine your shoes. If I'm talking from a male perspective, if you're female, then, dress your, in a way that fits you. Okay. Smile, right? You don't want to be all, smile, give a smile, eye contact. And this is important. This is all serious, but also don't be too serious. Okay. Laugh, have some chat in the beginning. Don't proceed like a robot. Have a few chat because they're relaxed too, and so have that aura of you're relaxed, you're focused, but you're not too serious. You can laugh even during the defense. You can laugh a few times. Sometimes somebody raises a funny point, or you raise a funny point, and then everybody laughs, and they'll laugh along with them. Right? It's actually something that will lighten the situation. Okay. And also, this is another tip: prepare some handouts if relevant. A painting sometimes. I actually use a painting to illustrate some points. You can use maybe a quote or a graph, something that encapsulates the thesis of your dissertation. Then that is what you use. Okay? Use handouts. Don't a one-page handout, elegant, because they have your entire dissertation. So when you give them one or two at the most, that's good. Okay. Don't give them an entire packet. Okay. And presentations, I would say 8 to 10 minutes max. Don't do a half hour. Everybody will fall asleep. Okay. 8 to 10 minutes. Time yourself. Practice. Don't practice there for the first time in front of your committee. Okay. No. Right. Record yourself. Audio so you can see your tone. Put yourself on video, right? So you can assess your body language. Okay. And you got to remember, this is the next step for those who are academics, your scholarly career. This is the rites of passage. Okay. So this is something that is important and a joyous event. Okay. Now, after you've done your thing, so I've done about all the things that you're saying, right? And you did your presentation. Now, you're done talking, at least for now, right? And they're going to come with you to the Q&A, question and answer. What do? Listen. Listen. Write notes as they're talking. As they're talking, write down notes. Look at them in the eye and nod. Don't look at your phone or look at the watch. Time is, be present. Listen to them. Look at them. Listen to it. Be present. Okay. And if you want to ensure that you understand a statement, you can say something like, I think if I heard you correctly, what you're saying is that, okay, you're paraphrasing, right? Now, this is the big fear, okay? The next thing. What if I don't know the answer to a question? Relax, okay? When you don't, none of us are omniscient. We don't know everything. We know some things, right? When you don't know, there are a few strategies. You can say, I'm not sure, but I think, right? or there's something called the ABC method. What is the ABC method? That is answer, bridge, and communicate. So if you're asked a question, you don't know the answer, what you do is say, I don't know. But what I do know, that's the bridge. What I do know, and then C is communicate your data. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. But what I do know is, and then relate it back to what you know. That's called bridging. Communications consultants do this all the time. You can do it too in your oral dissertation defense. Okay. And remember, focus on your data. You don't need to do any additional research. You're done. All you have to do is communicate the data. That's what you got to remember. So focus on the data that you have. And remember, you are the expert. When you enter that room, do you know who the expert is? Who is the expert? You are. They're not the expert. Why? Why are you the expert? Because you're the one who's been working on your craft for so many years. You are the expert, not them. They know a few things. They've read your dissertation, but they haven't done the research. They haven't done the writing, so you are the expert. So that is the aura you bring. You're not like a student being afraid, like, oh, these are professors. No. You're the expert. I'm an equal, and I'm here to communicate to all of you, right? So realize you're the expert. And again, be confident. And sometimes you can do the bridging and all that. You're pressed on a question. You can say, well, I just need a minute. Can you repeat that question? If you don't, maybe sometimes you don't understand the question, or maybe you want to stall a bit. You can say, I just need a minute. Can you repeat your question? Right? Or you can say something like, oh, you know what? That's really interesting. I never thought of that. Right? So that's interesting. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank them. Say you don't know, and then you say, I never thought about it, and then thank them. Good, right? You can even say, oh, I wish I thought of that, right? So you compliment them. Oh, I wish I thought of that. That's really an excellent point. Oh, they'll be so happy if you say something like that. Because, they'll appear so smart, and that's good news for you. Because then they'll feel good, right? And you'll pass. All right. Again, throughout your talk, you got to have positive self-talk here. So you cannot be saying stuff like, oh my God, I'm screwing up. Don't do that, because negative self-talk during the presentation or during the process, it can hurt you. So say to yourself, I'm awesome. I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I'm sharp. I'm enthusiastic. I'm the authority of this subject. I'm the expert of this subject. You get to pep talk yourself throughout the 2 to 3 hour session. That will be conveyed through your body language and through the stuff you're saying. Okay? And remember who you are. You are the expert. All right? So these are the tips and tricks on how to make and do and prepare a great oral dissertation defense. And if you do this, oh my God, you'll do such an awesome job. And all these things I have experienced for myself, and I tried it by myself, and it worked, and I passed my oral dissertation defense with flying colors. And when they asked me to step up for a few minutes while they deliberate, and then when I came back, they said, congratulations, Dr. Agos. So that is my wish for all of you who are in the midst of preparing your dissertation and oral defense. You'll have a doctor behind your name because you have worked so hard and you certainly deserve it. Good luck. Thank you. Work hard. Stay positive. You can do it. Bye.